Students, so last class we discussed about the parallelogram, okay, and how to prove that a quadrilateral has a parallelogram, okay. So today we are going to discuss the midpoint theorem, which is also related with the triangle and parallelogram, okay. So according to this theorem, the midpoint theorem, what is given? The line segment joining the midpoint of two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side, okay. That means for understanding, let me draw a diagram. Say ABC is a triangle, okay. Now we have to compare a line segment DE, suppose DE, DME, okay. Now what happened if D is the midpoint of AB and E is the midpoint of BC, sorry, E is the midpoint of AC, then what will happen? The midpoints are joining by the line DE, that DE will be parallel to BC, that DE will be parallel to BC according to the midpoint theorem, okay. So again, what is given? The line drawn through a midpoint of one side of a triangle parallel to another side bisect the third side. Again, our theorem is given what? Consider a triangle like that, ABC, okay. So suppose we have considered a triangle, consider a point, suppose D is a point here. Say it is a midpoint of AB. Now if you draw the line parallel to the other side, suppose we are drawing a line DE, this line is parallel to BC, inversely it is saying like that, the DE parallel to BC, then what will happen? That DE, that is the E will be the midpoint of this side AC, okay. So this is about a midpoint theorem, okay. So related to that maths, we have some maths from the exercise 8.2, okay. So we are going to discuss the first maths, okay. So first maths is given what? So what is given? ABCD is a quadrilateral given, that ABCD is a quadrilateral given, okay. It is the one number and ABCD is a quadrilateral given, and what is also said that PQRS, these are the midpoint of the side AB, BC, CD and DA respectively, okay. Then we are asked to prove that SR parallel to AC. That means we have to prove what? This SR is parallel to this AC. Also SR equal to half of AC. We are asked to prove SR parallel to AC and SR equal to half of AC. And moreover, we are asked to prove PQ equal to SR. That is PQ equal to SR. This side PQ and this side SR is equal. Also PQRS is a parallelogram, that is this inside quadrilateral we have to prove that as a parallelogram. So to do this, what we have to do? First thing, we have to see triangle ABC. So in triangle ABC, we are going to apply the midpoint theorem, okay. So in triangle ABC, P is the midpoint of AB and Q is the midpoint of this Q point is the midpoint of BC, okay. So according to midpoint theorem, these two midpoints are connected by the line PQ. Therefore what you can say, that PQ parallel to AC, this PQ is parallel to AC, or you can say PQ is equal to half of AC according to theorem, because this line will be equal to half of AC. Similarly, in triangle, this time we have to see triangle ADC. In triangle ADC, S and R are the midpoints. These are the midpoints. S and R are the midpoints of what? AD and DC respectively. These are the midpoint of AD and DC respectively. So this time we have to prove what? That we can say that this SR is always equal to, so SR is parallel to AC and SR equal to half of AC. That is what we are asked to prove, because these first two are proved now, okay. Secondly, clearly you can see this is considered as a 1 number and this is considered as a 2 number. In this both case, you can see that right hand side is equal, na? So you can say what? That from 1 and 2, what you can say? That PQ parallel to SR. This side PQ parallel to SR and PQ equal to SR from 1 and 2. So as PQ equal to SR, so similarly you can show that, similarly, no need to show the similarity, just simply write the similarity and you can say that similarly SP parallel to RQ and SP equal to RQ. That means what? We have shown that all the opposite sides are parallel, also all the opposite sides are equal. So you can say what? Therefore PQRS is a parallelogram. It satisfies all the condition of parallelogram. So this is become parallelogram. Okay. So in this question, what is given? We have given. So what is given? AB, it is a trapezium given. ABCD is a trapezium given. Okay. And here what is given? AB parallel to DC. That is this side. Is parallel to this side. AB parallel to DC. Okay. Moreover, what is given? We have again given that BD is a diagonal and E is the midpoint of AD. This BD is a diagonal and also E is the midpoint of AD. We are asked to prove what? F is also midpoint of BC. Okay, so for that, see, AB parallel to what is given? AB parallel to given DC. AB parallel to DC given. Also it is said that E parallel to AB intersect BC at F. So EF also parallel to AB. So EF also parallel to AB. So from these two, you can say that these three lines are parallel. That is, therefore, AB parallel to DC parallel to EF. All the three lines are parallel now. Okay. Now what? There is a transversal. Na? AD is the transversal. Now AD is the transversal. Now intercept made by parallel lines. Intercept made by parallel lines AB, then DC and EF. On transversal AD are equal. On transversal AD are equal. That means what? These three lines, 1, 2 and 3, these three lines making an intercept here, AD, as in here AE and DE. These two are equal. Why it is equal? Because it is said that E is the midpoint of AD. Therefore, this is the intercepts are equal. Now you can clearly see that the lines are same. AB, EF and DC, same line for the transversal BC making intercept at F. Okay, that means what? As the lines are same and the lines are straight line, so you can say that what? As the lines are same, they are all parallel. Also, they are straight line and parallel lines. So this intercept made by the three lines on the transversal BC will be also equal. Therefore, the intercept made by the parallel lines AB, BC and EF on the transversal this time BC is also equal. This is also equal because the lines are same parallel, therefore this will be also equal. Therefore BF equal to FC, or you can say F is the midpoint of BC, which is our required answer. Okay, so in this question what is given? We have given A. See how to draw a diagram first, because here the diagram is not given. First you have to see what is given, that ABC is a right angle triangle. So ABC is a right angle triangle. First you have to draw a right angle triangle like that. Okay, but don't give the name here. It is said what? Angle C equal to 90 degrees. That is angle C equal to 90 degree. So it will be what? ABC. Okay. Also said what? M is the midpoint of AB. Here it will be a point which will be M. So M is the midpoint of AB. Then what is given? BC parallel to DM. So BC parallel to DM. That means we got the idea that there is a line which is parallel to BC and the line name will be what? DM. So you have to draw a line like that. BC parallel to DM. Okay. We are asked to prove that D is the midpoint of AC. That is D is the midpoint of AC. We are asked to prove. Moreover, DM perpendicular to BC. This D is the perpendicular to BC. DM perpendicular to AC. It will be DM perpendicular to it will be AC. DM perpendicular to AC. DM perpendicular to AC. And lastly, we have proved CM equal to MA equal to half of AB. That is CM. So now you got the idea that there is not any CM, na? That means we have to construct a CM. That means we have to draw a line like that. Okay, we have to construct it. Then you will get your diagram. Okay, in this way we have to draw a diagram when a diagram is not given from the given question. Okay, so first we can see that M is the midpoint of AB. So what you can do, M is the midpoint of AB. M is the midpoint of AB. Also, DM parallel to CB, DM parallel to CB, or BC, DM parallel to BC. So we can say what? It is the midpoint of M is the midpoint of AB. Also, DM is parallel to BC. So you can say what? That D is also a midpoint of triangle. D is also a midpoint of what? AC. Okay, by the midpoint theorem. Therefore, D is the midpoint of AC by midpoint theorem. By the midpoint theorem, this is our answer. Why it is equal? Because these two lines are parallel. Also, M is the midpoint, so automatically D will be midpoint of AC. Okay. Next, we are asked to prove that DM perpendicular to AC. This time we are asked to prove DM perpendicular to AC. So to prove that, what we have to do, see, here it is DM perpendicular to AC we have to prove. So clearly we can see that angle ADM equal to angle ACB. Why these two are equal? Because DM perpendicular to CB and AC is the transversal, so these two are corresponding angle. These two are what? Corresponding angle. As the corresponding angles are equal. Clearly you got the idea that ACB is a 90 degree. Therefore, angle ACB equal to 90 degree. That means what? Angle ADM is also equal to 90 degree. That means you got the idea that this will be 90 degree. Okay. Now we have to check one more thing, that angle ADM plus angle CDM. Angle ADM plus angle CDM equal to 180 degree. Go to the chapter 6. There is a linear pair equation, na? So this is a linear pair. Now you got the idea how the all chapters are interlinked. Okay. According to linear pair, this is the 90 degree, 180 degree. Then ADM value we got 90 degree. So in place of ADM put 90 degree plus angle CDM equal to 180 degree. So angle CDM equal to 180 degree minus 90 degree equal to 90 degree. That means you got that this angle is also 90 degree. So what you can say that these two angles are 90 degree. That means you can say that what? DM is a perpendicular to AC. Okay, or MD is perpendicular to AC. Therefore, MD perpendicular to AC. We got this. Okay. Now we have to prove one more thing. Now we are asked to prove the last one. CM equal to MA equal to half of AB. So that means CM and MA. To prove that, we have to prove that these two triangle ADM and triangle CDM, these two are congruent. We have to prove that. So first thing we have to prove what? In triangle ADM and triangle CDM. In triangle ADM and triangle CDM, what you can say? Angle ADM equal to angle CDM equal to 90 degree. Why these two are equal? Each are 90 degree. Next you can say what? AD equal to DC. AD equal to DC. Why these two are equal? Because this is given that D is the midpoint of AC. Therefore, D is the midpoint of AC. As the D is the midpoint of AC, therefore these two are equal. And one more you got that DM equal to DM, common side. Why these two are equal? Because they are the common side. So ultimately what you can say that this side and this side are equal, then these two angles are 90 degree. Also this is the common side. That means these two triangles are congruent. Therefore you can say triangle ADM congruent to triangle CDM. The condition is what? Side angle side rule. The condition is what? Side angle side rule. Okay. Don't get confused. Some of you may have the question that why we don't apply the right angle hypotenuse side rule. But see, to prove the RHS rule, there should be the hypotenuse, that is CM or AM should be equal. But now we are going to prove them equal. Okay. So we can't use the RHS theorem. We are using side angle side rule. So you can say what? CM equal to MA. Okay. Or CM equal to AM. Whatever you want to say. CM equal to AM. Now see, M is the midpoint of AB. Since M is the, it is given in the question, M is the midpoint of AB. As the M is the midpoint of AB, what you can say? That AM equal to half of AB. But just now we proved that AM is equal to CM. So you can say what? CM is also equal to half of AB. Hence our proof done. Okay. So I discussed 3 different type of maths from the exercise 8.2. Okay. So I hope you learned this. Okay. Thank you.